Hey guys, and how's it going? So, some of you left comments about my vintage receiver and turntable setup and wondered if I had any other kind of vintage gear like that, and I do. I fix and I collect gear as I find it. I don't buy stuff off of eBay. I don't trust eBay with this stuff, so it's whatever I find in thrift stores in my area. And I'll just take you through some notable pieces that I've fixed and collected. I have a background in electronics. I worked on electronics in the Marine Corps, so I've been doing this for quite a while. So, um, so just some notable pieces here. This is a Panasonic DMR E55, and it's a VCR basically that records to DVD. It works the same as a VCR except it records to DVD. The kicker with these is that typically when you find them, they don't have the remote. And you have to have the remote to finalize the disc. So finding these isn't that difficult, but finding one that actually has the remote, good luck. And the remote costs more than the actual unit does. But this does work. I just don't have it plugged in right now. Below this is an RCA capacitive electronic disc player. And this plays capacitive electronic discs. They look a little bit like laser discs. This right now does not work. It's a select division. These were popular back in like the early 80s. I managed to find one right here in town, and it needs new belts. And I don't have any discs to play on it, so I don't know if this thing actually works or not. But right now it's just a display piece. Moving over here, got a Panasonic receiver and combo cassette deck that I bought at a thrift store in Watertown and repaired. Didn't need much work. Actually, the only thing wrong with it was the cassette deck didn't work and it needed a new belt. This is a really cool piece. This is a GE Roadshow Boombox from 1982. It has a color TV and a micro cassette recorder. This thing is pretty sweet for what it is. I bought this at an estate sale, and it comes with the box. It even came with the schematics. I have never had to work on this. It works fine, but it actually comes with full schematics, and it's the schematics actually I've hung on the wall because it's just a beautiful piece of art. Got a cassette deck, 35-year-old CD player that I repaired. There was something up with this pickup assembly, and so I just gave that a quick clean and a lubrication, and it works just fine. This is something that you might have seen in some GM vehicles in the 1980s. So it stands for dynamic noise reduction. It's not Dolby noise reduction. It has nothing to do with Dolby. But they made a home unit, and I saw this at the thrift store, and it's like, what the heck is this thing? And so it's connected to my tape deck. It's after the graphic equalizer, and it just adds a little bit more. It kind of cleans up the cassette noise a little bit more than it would be just going through noise reduction. And actually, I have the noise reduction turned off on my cassette deck. All the noise reduction is actually coming out of this unit right here. But it actually does work, I think, and I actually like it better than Dolby noise reduction. But they put these in GM vehicles. There was a little button on the cassette deck, and you hit that little button, and it just kind of cleaned up the signal coming from the cassette. And I don't know, I think it doesn't detract as much from the sound as I think Dolby does. Speaking of Dolby noise reduction, this is actually a standalone Dolby noise reduction unit from TIAC that I found, and I actually don't know if this works or not. It does power on, but not sure if it works. And all of my cassette decks have built-in noise reduction. I'm trying to find a cassette deck that doesn't have native noise reduction built in, so I completely can just delete that circuit altogether and just try to see if this works. This is supposed to come with a cassette to test it with, and I don't have that cassette, and I'm not exactly sure where I can find the cassette. I've looked on eBay, but I don't really trust eBay with stuff. So anyway, that's kind of a quick tour of some of the electronics, the vintage stuff that I've got, that I've repaired, that I've bought and repaired. And this is all connected up with some Panasonic turbo thrusters. They're not the best speakers in the world, but for me, it's more of an aesthetic thing that just kind of, I think, adds to the whole look of kind of what I'm going for, the kind of the vintage 1970s, 1980s look. Somebody that would have cobbled something together like I did. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later.